Hello everyone, my name is Yuni. Welcome to my video presentations. Today I am going to present you about a management of global sourcing on the chapters 11, which is risk. So first of all, we have to understand the risk definitions. What is risk? Risk is the situation which exposes the dangers to the business or the disruptions in supply chains and leads to the organizational fails to meet its commitments. So supply risk is compounded in operations that conduct a lean approach to the resources. Why do we need to understand the risk? To understand the risk because in global sourcing, we select those suppliers that are most likely to meet our stated requirements. Supplier is low risk. Risk can lead to the supply disruptions or increased costs through the contract breach, default, or the supplier's inabilities to fund its commitments. Risk management process must be well understood so that they can be implemented with the minimum costs. So, we have to understand risk, but what is risk management? Risk management is the process of identifying, assessing, and controlling risks arising from the operational factors and making decisions that balance risk with offsetting benefits or rewards. Risk management is also the process where the program or project team is responsible for identifying, analyzing, planning, tracking, controlling, and communicating effectively the risks within the team's environments. Risk management is also the continuous process used to manage risk in order to ensure that activities achieve their intended objectives. Next, risk management principles. With the effective process in place, risk can be managed so that the impact of the potentially catastrophic events can be minimized or avoided together. In order to establish this process, you should first be able to recognize the established several fundamental principles, which are risk identifications, risk assessments, risk control, risk triggers, monitoring, mitigations, contingencies plans, avoidance, acceptance, and transfers. The understanding of this principle will potentially reduce and avoid the risk levels. Cambodia context. So from this part, I will raise only from government sides in order to narrow down the scopes. So the government of Cambodia aims to improve the governance as well as procurement practice for all external finance projects or programs in Cambodia. They have issued a sub-degrees on procurement manual to update the standard operating procedures, procurement manuals, and financial management manual for all the external finance projects and programs in Cambodia. In the event procurement is for single sourcing, direct contracting, or forced accounts, in addition to any development partners approvals required, Ministry of Economic and Finance prior approval is required before the methods of procurement can be used. Ministry of Economic and Finance and any other royal government of Cambodia approvals should be obtained before seeking the development partners no objections. The good governance matrix is centered on 8 categories, namely the procurement, financial management, disclosure, civil society roles, complaints and remedies, code of ethics conduct, sanctions, project-specific elements. The matrix also outlines the salient risks that are common to most, if not all, executing agents or implementing agents and to all the projects as a whole. Under all C terms defined in international commercial terms, the risk and title of the goods pass to the purchaser when the goods pass to the custody of the first carrier. Normally, insurers are on risk until delivery at the final destinations, where the place mentioned in the shipping mark or on the expiry of 60 days from offloading from the auction vessels if this is before actual deliveries. So this is all for my presentations, and I hope that you have some insights on the global sourcings and risk management here from the government of Cambodia on procurement manuals. Thank you.